What is going on, everybody? Can everybody hear me? Type in chat if my mic is good and working. Had to switch some settings last minute and grab a new microphone. I lost my other audio cable. Okay, we're good? Good? Mic's good? What's up, Naksua? Hello, Migs. How's it going, guys? I'm just getting some very last minute things added in here real quick. Alright, perfect. Loud and clear. Alright, we're good. Alright. So, Nasdaq futures and my trading style for it. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Keeps the music slightly in the background. Alright. Nasdaq futures, my trading style for them. Let's run through it real quick. What I do is I have this strategy that I've been working on for a long time now. Finally kind of ready to let everybody know how it works and how I trade these futures contracts now, especially in the Nasdaq. We are only talking about the Nasdaq futures here. Nothing else, no Dow, ES futures, no commodities, so being gold, oil, gas, none of that. We're strictly talking Nasdaq 100 E-mini futures contracts. Nothing else, no equities, nothing. So, recent market movements, it's August. It's a bit slow since a lot of people are still awaiting a lot of news to come out, but that's to be expected. But we have also been in a huge uptrend for the most part, but oh goodness, I've barely ever used this. Give me a second. But we have been in a regression channel. It doesn't show it properly on here, but we have been in a regression channel and a downtrend with a little bit of a rollover. But the strategy does still work. So here's how the strategy works. Every single morning at 3 a.m., 6 a.m., and 9 a.m. you have rollovers and cash cash movements. Everything starts rotating through into different areas of this sector. So let's go back. This is today, right? Double check. Yep, today. So let's go back to this morning today. I am Central Standard Time, so time zones are a bit different. UTC -5. So 3 a.m. Eastern Time for me is 2 a.m. Now, with the times, they are a little fluctuant. They can fluctuate around. They don't have to exactly be at 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Give it about, about a 15-minute variance before and or after on when it can happen. So it could, 1:45 for me or up to 2:15. Nonetheless, the strategy remains the same. So what we're looking for is on a 1-minute chart, looking down here at volume, looking for inconsistency in volume. Let me move this over here. With this inconsistency in volume, it's an adverse spike, and that's what we're looking for. So here's what we're going to do. On TradingView, it's real simple. On your Webull platforms, I'm not sure if it has a rectangle pattern, but if not, you can always subscribe to TradingView, use Thinkorswim live data, all of that works. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a rectangle. On this adverse volume spike here, we're going to encase the entire body of the candle, and we're going to go out. Doesn't matter how far out for right this second. You can draw it and scale it out proportionally from there if you need to. I'm going to get rid of Bollinger Bands for right now because that's something new. Okay, so with this trading strategy, what we usually see is this adverse volume come in. Okay, as soon as that candle closes, you're going to draw this box. Takes 2 seconds. What I do from there is watch the following candles. So this now becomes my quote-unquote support resistance, if you will. It's not actually a support resistance, it's just the easiest term to describe it because I haven't come up with another term for it. It's my money-making box, if you will. What I do from here is we're going to look for rejection off of this box. I'm going to bring these back up just because I'll show you in a minute. We have a rejection off of this box. So our rejections off of this box are going to be our confirmation candles. So what we're going to do in this situation is once we get this reject off of the box here, since this was a red volume candle, we're going to short. So we're going to short. Do I have? Does that work? Yep. All right, perfect. So we're going to take a short here. Is there a text box? I'll find it later. Anyway, so we're going to take a short here. As we continue down, as long as we do not push up towards this box, we're fine. If we do push towards this box, this is going to become our stop loss, which you'll take $3.75 loss with if you're including commissions, but trade will be break even, but you'll lose $3.75. Not a big deal. You're sitting here trading with $18,000 for these contracts. For the micro ones, it's $1,800. So still $3.75 isn't a lot. What we're doing here is waiting for this to keep breaking down. Now I was showing this to someone earlier today and see how they liked it, and they recommended using Bollinger Bands for exit points. I'm not a big fan of that, but it's something I've actually been looking into. But you're gonna pull up your calculator, and this is what I do. So say we got this entry right off a rejection here at 15,084.50. So bring that over here so everybody can see that. So we're going to sit here at 15,084.50. We're going to subtract 13.75, which gives us 1570.75. 1570. I need a horizontal line. 1570.75. Perfect. So here is our first selling point at a 13.75 move. You personally can do a 5-point move if you want. You can do a 10-point move if you want. It doesn't matter. I personally like 13.75. It's a weird thing behind that one, strategy-wise, that we can get into at a later date. So from here, we're going to go down another 13.75. And what these are is these are your price levels and price targets. So 15,057. 1550 even. This would be your next price target. So say, you're starting out on your guys' small $5,000-$6,000 accounts and whatnot, and you take the micro contracts here at this rejection of support. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start selling off as these price levels are hit. So you have one here, you have one here. You're down wick, so you're gonna set sell one limit order, sell one limit order, or in this case buy one market order or limit order since it's a short. But buy one limit order here, buy one limit order here, and you would place another price target down here, which in this case it didn't hit, but we'll talk about that in a second. 15,043. If someone wants to run the math for these, if they wouldn't mind while I'm talking from our entry point, that would help a lot and I'd appreciate it. If not, it's alright. We'll just be a bit slow. Okay, so this would have been our next price target for our third contract. However, the strategy with the Bollinger Bands added into this I need to take a deeper look at Bollinger Bands. I don't quite understand them 100% yet, but I'll work on that. However, I did try this today, and it worked out pretty well. So we entered here, we sold here, here. Now with the Bollinger Band strategy, what you do is as you're moving down and down and down, or up and up and up, however it works, as this Bollinger Band crosses below your box, that now becomes your stop loss. So instead of having your stop loss at break even here, your stop loss would now become here. You could make it here. Or if you forget, you still have your original stop loss here. That's how this trade would have worked. So let's see. So we would have captured, let's see. $15,083.15. Is it 25 or 75? 75. So first point move is a 13.7 point move. We got a 13.75 move here, a 13.75 move here on this down wick. We would have then stop lossed out either here or here. I'm going to call it here, simply to make it fair and reasonable. If that's where you would have moved your stop loss down to as the Bollinger Bands moved, we'll call that 15.0. Okay, we'll call that 15.77 even. So 675 plus 1375 plus 13.75. So 34.25 points from your 3 contracts. Multiply that by, if you guys are trading the micros, so 68.50. Right? Yeah, so a quick $68 on this trade. If this were the larger contracts, it would have been $685 on these contracts, and that's at 2 o'clock in the morning from 2:07 to final stop loss out at 2:29. So in 22 minutes, you made $685 at 2 o'clock in the morning. Not by sitting here, full porting, trying to get a huge movement on a penny stock and trying to capture up as much as you can. So let's move to the next one, right? This one I don't believe I traded at all, actually, but we'll go ahead and draw it out, and I'll explain why I didn't trade it. So we have our inconsistent volume here at 515. We had a little bit here at 5. That could have just been news or other things, so it wasn't too much of a confirmation for me. Since it actually matched this one back here at 440, it was just, but this one, higher than all of them, stood out. So let's go ahead and draw it real quick. These are just for pre-market moves again. This isn't, but you can still capture a lot. But let me go ahead and explain why I didn't take this trade. Now, I could have, but I didn't. I could have taken it here, and I should have, but I didn't. So in this one, we had a green volume up, inconsistent volume with the rest of everything else. So we're going to go ahead and draw our box again. Let me change that to green so we know we're on the buying side of things. So from this box, stayed in our level here. We went up, we went down, touched it, came off a little bit, didn't have a very big break. See, we went from 15.08350 to a max of 15.08825. So that's a 5-point move. Could you capture that if you wanted to? Sure. is that worth the risk potential and risk exposure that you're going to put yourself out? Absolutely not. In my opinion, if you want to go ahead and try it for 5 or 6 points, that's fine. I mean, that's you know, if you trade in the big contracts, that's an extra $100. I mean, that's just kind of up to you on what you want to risk and the movements that you want to risk. So didn't trade there. We didn't have confirmation. We actually broke down into it, started to peak a little. Next minute candle started dripping down, and then we kind of trailed out. But we stayed relatively stagnant, kind of in a little channel here. You can go ahead and draw it real quick. You know, just kind of stayed in a little channel. A little bit of an uptrend on it though. You know, making higher highs, lower lows, higher high, lower low, following that. And we pushed up again. And we went to reject, but we didn't reject off the box. We went back into the box. Same thing here. Came up out of the box, went back down into it, didn't reject off and come back through from our retest. Broke down through. Now this is probably where you could have made a move. We came up here, rejected off. You could have taken a quick, very quick short from 15,078 to somewhere in here, down in the 70s, maybe even the high 60s. You could have. I wouldn't have taken this trade. I didn't. You could have captured these real quick for a quick scalp. That would have been great. If you were able to do that and have, you know, the trading knowledge to do that. I didn't. It didn't look good to me. So now rolls around when everybody else is awake. So this is now 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Jesus Christ. 1 second. Sorry. Adverse volume here at 7:33. So usually news comes out at 7:30. This was at 7:30, and this is when sometimes you will see big candles come out. What that usually is news comes out and algos start trading on it. This time, algos didn't trade on the news, if there was any. Surprisingly, there was none that came out about at 6:30 in regards to Afghanistan. Now, what we did get was an adverse red candle here. So what we did, same thing, drew the box, moved over, and just watched. Didn't place a trade here at 7:33. Didn't do anything. Just watched it. We started to come up, came out of the box, didn't do a whole lot. Then we finally broke down through it at 8:08. I didn't take a trade here. I just waited and watched and saw what happened. Let me get rid of this box for right now. I'll come back to that in a minute. I guess I can change this color to red so we know this was a sell, a shorting bar. Now I did take the trade, however, here on this red candle. We came up here on this wick, if you can see it. Came up here on the wick of the green candle there, rejected off of it, and I took my short. Hold on, let me go look at my order real quick. Yes, okay, I did take that one. I just wanted to double check. Took the short right here. Hard to see. These arrows suck. Took the short right here on this candle. Took it at 15.03525. 15.03525. I'm just putting that in chat so I remember. Anyway, so let's go ahead and whip out our calculator. 15.03525. Subtract 13.75. 15.02150. Go ahead and look. Get our horizontal line out. So 15.215. Now, look where that lines up in this trading strategy. Now, lines up right as these cross this Bollinger Band. Let me get rid of these other ones. We don't need those. 13. Yep, full minute candle rejection. Off of here. Wick touched it, rejected, came back. There's our confirmation candle. So 13.75 move right here on these Bollinger Bands. I'm not quite sure the mathematics behind it, but it seems to be working so far. You can use the Bollinger Bands, you cannot. I'm still playing around with it, not confident 100% yet, but it's proven to work thus far. Anyway, so 15.025 or 21.5 minus another 13.75, 15.0775. Okay, so here's our next level. Could have taken it out here if you wanted, which you should, basing off of our rules here. 14.994 even. And there was our next sell. So 3 contracts captured 1375 points each. So total of 41.25. Wait, no, that math is wrong. I'm dumb. I did the math wrong on the other one. Bring up a... I've been doing the math wrong the whole time. So we captured 41.25. Captured 27.5, 7.5, and then we captured 13.75. So let me clear. So 13.75 plus 27.5 plus 41.25. Since we bought here, sold all the way down here. So we captured a total of 82.5 points. I did the math wrong on the one before. My apologies. Say you're trading these mini contracts at $2 a pop. There's another $165 in 815. Final sell would have triggered here at right at market open, 8:30. So in 15 minutes, you made another $165. So what? You're at $300 for the day or more, because I messed up my math earlier. Did I do that math right? Yeah, I did. So let's go ahead and forget about this box. Now, you could have tried and traded on this for a reversal. Found some candle, played the upside. Made some channel. Could have played it on this uptrend here and tried to scout from here to here, but I'm sticking to my strategy of 3 contracts coming in, keeping it super light. It's a basic strategy. And in this uptrend, we went back to the box, my magical money making box. Popped up back into it. Did not break through the top. We had a little wicks where they kind of did here and there, but no full body candles came up above this. We came back down. The new candle formed here, and the wick came up. Let me check my trade log real quick just to double check. Okay, so we entered here. Yeah, right here at 15.03175. Took another short since we have our red body candle. Right there. So let's go ahead and throw that. Uh, 15.031.75. Go ahead and get rid of these. So now we're going to do the same thing. 7.5, 15.18. Let me just move this over here. I don't think I need to do this anymore, but I think you guys got the point of where, you know, just rinse and repeat. All we're doing here is scaling. Now oddly enough, these things are matching, kind of matching with the Bollinger Bands a little bit, not too much. Not so much here, matched up here. Go another 13.75, 14, 990. You know, would have matched up here. It's kind of weird how this is working out. I haven't, like I said, I haven't tested it too much further on how it's correlating with the math. But yeah, so that's the bare bones, absolute basic strategy. But let's go ahead and do this one more time. So we know our profit from the one before then is what was 165 plus 165. Let's go back here to 2 a.m. Sorry guys, bear with me. I just want to get you guys as much of an accurate price total as we can. So we went from 1579 so 15079, or no, sorry, 15084. No, sold my first contract here for 13.7. So do 13. Guess I could throw my lines back in. I have to move the calculator back over. Okay, I'll just quick math this and not bore the shit out of you guys. Okay, so 165 plus 165. So, if you're just trading the 3 minis or micros on this day, you didn't try and do anything else. You stuck to the 100% strategy of taking 13.75 points per move. You would have ended up with a total of $438 profit on the day, and you would have been done by 10:12 in the morning, 11:12 in the morning. That's assuming you captured it all, and that's also, I guess I didn't even take this one in. I didn't take a lot of these into account. Anyway, about call it 440. We'll just keep the numbers simple. But that's assuming you stayed at these price levels and weren't a relatively experienced trader and recognized, okay, there's a bunch of selling pressure coming in here. Maybe I don't want to sell this contract. Maybe I want to move it down, or maybe I want to move it down here. This is just bare bones math, sticking to the strategy, having your sell targets set, and just completely walking away. That's not, like I said, that's not capturing this rejection point here again. That's not going on the long side when you have confirmation here of an uptrend. That's not taking into account all this selling pressure in through here. If you switched over to 5 minute, everything looks a bit different. You had huge amounts of selling pressure on a 5 minute that you may not have sold out. You would have waited. This is an intraday green, but you know, there's a lot to take into account with it in your own trading style. This is just for the most bare bones, absolute basic strategy if you want to start getting your feet wet in with futures. It doesn't get much simpler than this. It's pretty easy. You find the inverse or irrational volume at the money rotation hours being 3 a.m., 6 a.m., and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Draw a pretty little box on the body of the candle and trade accordingly. You trade off your rejection zones. You set your very, very specific sell targets or buy market. If you are going short, please don't go short and click some sell orders. Please, for the love of God, do not do that. But no, it's a very, very simple strategy. It doesn't really get much simpler than that. No, I didn't trade on this green box. Oh, I can't even see that name. I can't even read that name. It's like a bright yellow on my screen. No, this second box here, the green box, I didn't trade at all. I was saying that you could have gone short. You could have gone short here since it rejected if you wanted to try and capture it. It is very possible to. I didn't. I'm trying to stick to this new strategy that I've been working on for a while now and just trade off of it. So yeah, should I have gone short here off this rejection even though it was a green candle box? Yeah, probably. I probably could have captured some. Did I? No, absolutely not. Should I have gone short here? Absolutely, I should have gone short here. Did I? No. I'm trying to stick to this strategy so that you guys know that I am as well sticking to a strategy, and you cannot be bouncing all over the place, changing up the strategy, breaking your own rules, not taking profit, not setting your buy targets, not setting your sell targets. Sticking to a strategy will make you a successful trader. I can say that until my face is blood red and I am no longer living on this earth. You have got to stick to a strategy. The irrational volume happens 3 times most days. Yes, you usually so what we're looking for is pre-market volume. Not so much looking for anything let me get rid of this. I'll just leave it. We're not necessarily looking for anything, irrational volume here intraday. There's a lot of volume. There's news articles that are coming out all throughout the day. There's price target upgrades, price target downgrades. There's earning reports. There's all these different things that come out between the hours of 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Central. So a lot, all of that's being taken into account. Someone sees a news article and decides to buy 100 contracts. That there's just a lot going on during the market hours. What we're looking for is this abnormal volume coming in. The main one, since most of you guys are not going to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, midnight, trade these ones all the way back over here, is this one here. Or here, if it exists. You could have drawn it off of this irrational volume here. At the time, whenever I took this trade, this one just stood out too much for me not to take it. It didn't come out at 7:30, which is usually when news comes out. It's 3 minutes prior. So I knew algo bots didn't pick it up. I knew something big was going on, as well as it being 3 times the volume on previous candle before that. Yeah, only pre-market. 3 times every single day. Every single day it happens. 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. On the dot. Or it's, I guess, not on the dot. It is right around that range. It could be 10 minutes beforehand, 10 minutes after. It doesn't really matter. That's usually when it happens. And yes, it only happens pre-market. Whenever it goes out of the box, you wait for confirmation candle, whether it's a rejection of the box or support. Yes, always wait for your confirmation. Never enter the trade until you have confirmation. We're sticking to a strategy. We have to follow it, So you were talking about this box here. From back here in pre-market, we broke up out of the box, which was good, which is what we expected. It came off, touched it. You could have tried here, but it went from 15,083 to 1587. That's 5 points. That's not really, in my opinion, it's nothing to really get excited about. It's something. Plus, on super low volume, all the way back here at 6 a.m. Eastern, that happened on 78 contracts. Followed it by 45, followed by 164. At 164 selling pressure brought us back down into here. We dipped below, came back up, got no confirmation here, broke back down, came back up a little bit, kind of teetered with it, broke back down, and vice versa. The only trade you could have made is the 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of rejection off of this box. You could have tried to take a short off of it and capture it here in this candle for maybe a 7 to 10 point move if you were quick enough. That's the only trade you could have taken off of it, since it it rejected off of this for 4 minutes straight. And you had that 618. You had a 618 box here, which is 7:18 Eastern time. So that could have just been news. It could have been whatever. It was just an abnormal spike. I'm not including this into the strategy. You can if you want. That's up to you. I wouldn't. I didn't trade this entire strip of green. Not once, except for maybe here you can make a case for that we have any type of confirmation candle to buy. So it's unfortunate, but you miss out. Now, someone made a case earlier today when I was showing them this that we're getting closer to market open. You could have taken it here. Yeah, sure, you could have taken a short here, even though we have a green box here. We've came up into it, but never went over really, never bounced off. So at this point, it's essentially, unless it shows us different, we're gonna keep trading it as a short. Now someone earlier today made a case for taking a short here after, I guess you could call this a double top reject. Had top 1 here, top 2 here, double top reject off of this. Yeah, sure, absolutely, you could have done that. But yeah, that is the key. That's the entire that's the entirety of it. Yeah, sure. If you're more of an experienced trader, like I am, and like other people are in the futures community, sure. Would people have normally taken this trade? Absolutely. I should have taken it, and I would have taken it, but I'm trying to just prove this strategy of just sticking to discipline and keeping something simple and easy for you guys, that you don't have to worry about 100,000 different things. Okay, trying to keep it simple. I know a lot of you guys are new, and especially in the futures, you guys have maybe a vague idea of what you're doing, but as far as how to trade them and maybe a strategy to implement behind them, not so much. So I'm trying my best to keep it as simple and as clean as absolutely possible. Because I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to be able to trade this stuff alongside me. I think it'd be fantastic. Futures are fantastic. I'll just leave it at that. Yes, so to answer your question, you wait for the confirmation candle, whether it's in a rejection of the box or the support of the box, and you play that accordingly. And then yes, the key times to watch for the irrational volume are those 3 distinct times. Like I said, they're like a bendy straw. It doesn't happen right at 3, 6, or 9. It can happen at 3:05 or 6:05, 8:55. It can happen with a varying degree of times. It's not it happens right at these times, and if it's not there, you can't trade it. It's pretty flexible on how it works. Just as long if we're talking something though, let's see if I can find maybe a candle here. So this one was a little irrational. This is all the way here at 6:18, so 7:18 Eastern Standard Time. We're talking an hour and 18 minutes past our 6 a.m. target. Something like this, I'm not gonna I'm not even gonna bother with. That's an entire well, I guess hour and 3 minutes past. Am I mathing right? Yeah, hour and 3 minutes past this candle here. So I'm not gonna take that. I mean, that could just be anything at that point. I'm not gonna listen to that. It's not important to me. I'm just gonna keep trading off of my box that I drew back here from 5:15, 5:14 in the morning. Any questions? Yes, Fuzzy, take the trade that makes sense. And please, if you are going to trade this and trade these futures contracts, stick to the strategy. This video is recorded, so if you come back to the Twitch, if you drop a follow, come back to Twitch, it will be saved. It'll be saved. You click on the profile, go to past broadcast. This entire video will be here. Third red box was 7:30-ish. Yeah, I mean 30 minutes. It is what it is. We're getting closer to market time. You know, market opens in an hour from 7:30, so it's okay to be, you know, well, I guess 8:30. You know, it's in about an hour. You know, it's within an hour. It was a really abnormal volume spike from here. You know, you start to see the volume pick up as you approach towards within this final, you know, pre-market hour. But this one was, you know, a little bit over the top. So went ahead and took it. Well, you know, you could have waited for this one if you wanted to. You could have even taken it here if you really wanted to. You could have taken it here, could have taken it here, could have taken it here off a green one. Could have taken it here. Once you get more towards the opening of the market, things get a little bit different with the volume. You know, you have, you know, 50 to 150, maybe 200 volume. Then all of a sudden we're shooting up to, you know, 500, over everything over 500. You know, 1.2800, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so we're starting to pick up the volume as the market's starting to wake up, roll over in, and things like that. Hey, Harmony, how are you doing? Are you still in our Discord call? Oh, he's listening to stream. Awesome. Was that Bubbles? I can't tell. It's such a bright neon name. Artemis is here. So I know that was kind of fast. You know, I kind of explained all of that in, you know, 45 minutes or so. Any questions? I can go back to previous days and, you know, show you how this would stack up. You're good, Bubbles. Don't worry. I just haven't changed this new Twitch into dark mode. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I can just pull up OBS and see it. I just wanted to keep track of the viewer count. Any questions on the strategy? I can go over some extra things about it. Can go back to other days and show it. You know, can help explain something if it's a little, you know, some specific part about, you know, how you draw the box or where you look for in rejection or what you're looking for in pre-market. You know, to trade the 3 contracts, you would need $2,970 margin. So it's not a lot. It's three. I mean, I know it sounds shitty for me saying $3,000 isn't a lot of money, but it's not. You know, sure you can go on a vacation with 3,000. You know, whatever. It's not a lot of money. All right, it's not $3,000. It's nothing in the grand scheme of things. That's for the micro Bubba. So, what I was talking about with, you know, call it the $440 that you would have made, you know, that's off of trading with 2,970. So let's go ahead and take 440 real quick, divided by, wow, what, there, you know, that's 15.7% on the day, you know, and you're done by, you know, 11 o'clock in the morning. Let's say you just traded this range here. You know, take, you know, that's a 6% day. Yeah, 13.775 is what you would use for the minis as well, if you have the capital to go trade minis. For, you know, for the time being, until, you know, you start getting comfortable with things and you start understanding the market more, you become more of an experienced trader, these 13.75 levels may not apply 100% of the time. They may only apply 75% of the time, depending on, price action, volume, sell orders, buy orders, pressures, both sides, momentum, how things are going. These 13.75 price levels are just for you guys to use as you're getting into it, getting used to it, understanding how things are flowing, getting the feel for, trading something new. This is coming over to futures contracts, guys. This isn't your equities. This isn't your options. This isn't forex. Lord save the forex traders. This is the big league, guys. This isn't a joke. This is serious stuff. So the 13.75 price levels are something I felt comfortable trying out. They give you good profit, but not too much risk exposure, especially when you're keeping your stop loss right at this box. Initially your stop loss, coming into this position here is this box. This box is your stop level, your stop loss level, So, you're going to be selling into all this at your different price levels. I know these have moved a little bit and whatnot, just for me just going around. But, 13.7 price levels would have sold out all three, and that would have been it. And with the price levels, or your pricing box, the 13.75, that stop loss, you will lose money because there's a commission per trade on futures contracts. I think it's like $3.75 on TDA, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked in a long time. So yeah, you'll lose $11. Yeah, dude, I don't trade these future contracts, at least right now, after 11, except for the strategy that we'll implement later on down the road for different things. Recently, we've had these V's, these huge down days, like yesterday, huge down day, a whole different strategy in here with a box to come up. But that's a whole different strategy for another time. Not going to get into that right now. If you're going to start, wake up 9 a.m. or 6 a.m. West Coast. Start looking, get your box, and get ready. If you are going to trade at the 9 a.m. one and not earlier than that, so 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Western time, I'd say wake up about 30 minutes before then. So, East Coast, you're waking up at 8:30. West Coast, I know it sucks, you're waking up at 4:30, but think about Hawaii. they're having to get up at 3:30 for this. So you at least have it better than Hawaii. So I'm sorry to all my Hawaii folks. Life sucks for you. You were dealt a bad hand for the stock market. Which, quite honestly, I wouldn't mind if the market closed at, say, 6 p.m. Push open back by 2 hours to 11:30 and traded like that. But anyway, any other questions? I have about 10, 11 minutes for questions. Can go over things, can explain things a little deeper if need be. Can answer some other questions. Crash course on how the futures contracts work. So what you would be trading if you were trading them would be $990. $990. Yes, it's leveraged. So, you're putting up, $990 to control, hypothetically say $30,000 worth of the Nasdaq. These things are leveraged. So yeah, while the price might be Yeah, definitely start small. You're trading the micros. You're not trading these minis. You're trading micros. 990 bucks a pop. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you consider, well, how much y'all dumped in the MMAT, for example, or how much everyone was throwing at so many other things and then just bag holding. Um, yeah, the micro ones are 990 per con. Wait, we're talking about Nasdaq. I was thinking Dow this entire time. These ones, I apologize, are 1760. I completely apologize for that. So if you were to take 3 contracts, it'd be 5280. I completely apologize about that. I was trading Dow contracts into close. I'm so sorry. So 5280 for 3 contracts. Again, I apologize. But still, not too much. It's really not that bad. I've seen your guys' portfolios and you've all or nothing in on some very crummy stocks and lost all of that. So, if you're willing to do it for that, I think you can put it up to try something new that'll make you profit as long as you stick to the strategy. It's not a lot of profit as well at once. It's not, huge 50% moves, but you can sit here and do this thing day in, day out, play it accordingly, and make 2, 3, 400 bucks, Say you do that over 20 trading days, that's, say you just made 200 bucks, that's $4,000 a month, you know? You get by on $4,000 a month if you had to. And as you develop, then you're gonna, now then, say the next month you come in. Um, Say you started with 5,500. Now you've got 9,500. Yeah, you see, you're getting by with $400 a month. You can live with 4 grand. It may not be how you want to live, but you can go get an apartment, and it depends on where you live, for 600 to $1,000 a month. That leaves you with $3,000 extra. You could live off of that. Obviously, it's not going to be living comfortably, but still living nonetheless. At least you're not homeless. But going forward, the next month you have $9,500. Divide that by 760. So now you have 5 contracts to play with. Okay, you know, say the same thing works, and you have another $200 a day times 20 days. I guess it'd be a bit different because you're playing with larger contracts, but the point being that this scales up quick. Not as quick as you guys think it does because you're used to these SPACs and momentum plays and AMC stuff, but this is real investing. This is the real stuff. This isn't, your recovery of COVID with hyperinflation, hyper money pumping, all that stuff. This stuff will teach you and carry you for a long time, if not as long as futures exist. So micro for NQ are 1760. Let me go double check on CME and I will link. Actually, I can just check right here. MNQ dashboard. Yeah, $1,760 per contract. And like I said, yeah, it sounds like a lot, but I've seen you guys lose a lot more than that. If you do want to, however, look at any kind of contract, let me go ahead and drop this in chat. That's the link to CME Group. That's the Chicago Market Exchange. Has everything on there, from agriculture, forex, micro futures, all of it. It's got all that. It'll give you a breakdown of the pricing, everything. Can you go over positioning entry again? Whoops. We'll just do it off of here. So Are you talking about position size or just when I get some confirmation? Sleepy bear. Just want to make sure I explain the right thing. Okay, confirmation. So, for example here, make this a bit bigger. We broke down. So we drew our box here from our abnormal volume off of this, right? We did trend up. We kind of broke out. Not too much, you know. We're still good. We're still good here. You know, we didn't break out too much. We still stayed, we'll call it in the box. Even though we did come out, we still stayed in it. Broke back down. This time, on the way down, we broke below the box. Had some candles come up here. Some more, you know, buyer pressure coming in. Buyer pressure, buyer pressure. Buyer pressure here, and we rejected off of this box. The wick didn't go up into the box. The next candle here was a red selling pressure candle. As soon as we see that red selling pressure come in, and we recognize that it's going to be, you know, a selling candle, we're not going to make a new green candle up into this box. There's our confirmation there. We're going to go ahead and take our short, since it's a red candle, and it's on the bottom side. We're not breaking back through. It's on the bottom side. We're going to go ahead and go short, and we're going to ride down through our price levels as they occur. These price levels have moved. You know, you'll have to do the math. You know, this is still pre-market here at 8:15. I don't, you know, think you're going to get a 13-point move quickly, but sometimes you do. You know, sometimes you get it here. And you just got to watch. You have to know mentally, you know, if you don't have that sell target set, I'm still selling. You have to be disciplined and confident in your trade and just trust the process that's going to occur. You know? So like I said, we broke down through here. Started to come back up, retested this box, bounced off of it into a red candle here, and this is your confirmation. Bouncing off of this, not breaking up into it, is your confirmation. Go back to, you can go ahead and go back to here. For here, drew our box. This is all the way back at 2:05 a.m., 3:05 a.m. Eastern time. Came down, we broke below, kind of stayed at it. Still staying below, rejected off of it. Next candle here, I think I went ahead and took the trade like right as we rejected. If you're starting, you know, you could take it here on your down candle and just play it from here. You know, rejected off of this. Go ahead, take that short entry, write it, get your price targets. This one was more of, you know, a Bollinger Band stop loss strategy that you can implement if you'd like, but if not, you can just play it there. You also could have done it here as well. You know, came back up to the box here, retest, never broke through. Could have taken, you know, another short here maybe, and, you know, got a quick scalp for 18 points on all contracts, and or, you know, maybe on one of them and stop lossed out, you know, say here and here. Could have done that as well. You know, you could have done this, I guess, multiple times if you wanted to, but, you know, these are 5-point moves here and there, not too big, not too big. Pretty much rode the entire box until we finally broke back up into it. And if you really want to, you could draw it all the way out here. You could have played this one as well. You know, pop back out of the box, doji candle, red candle. We're not popping back up. Okay, let's go ahead and take a short and ride this down real quick. But you do have to be careful, as you know, this 5 a.m. my time, so 6 a.m. time frame comes in as well. You do have to be careful of that. You know, watch your time zones. Watch your time as, you know, you're playing these things, because all it takes is for you to be short here, holding, boom, 6 a.m. hits. You know, whatever, blah 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 blah. More stimulus, more this, more that, whatever. Huge candle upwards, and now you're stuck in a short position if you don't, you know, have your stop losses set, etc., etc. So yeah, definitely be watching your times as you come into this, because I made that mistake when I was first testing out this strategy, and I lost like $4,000 at, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning. It sucked. Any last minute questions? Yeah, the surprise candle. I don't know what I can say on Twitch, so I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I don't know their terms and service yet. But been live for about an hour going over this strategy. It's pretty simple, guys. It's not too complicated. It's not using 1,000 different indicators. It's not trying to guess what level 2 is gonna do. It's none of that. It's pretty basic. It's a box and a candle, guys. It doesn't get much simpler than this. What's my schedule? Schedule for what? My daily life, or what are we talking here? Schedule for what? For Twitch, I don't have a set schedule set yet. I wanted to see how this one went and if people actually enjoyed it. If you guys do enjoy it, let me know either in the comments in the Discord, and I'll try and do this at least once a week, if not more. And drop a follow if you do enjoy. I would really appreciate it. The saved video here will be popping up once I end this stream. If you click on the name down in the left, if you're on desktop, it'll take you to a thing where it says summary, etc., etc., and there'll be videos, and it'll show all my past broadcasts. They'll be up for 14 days, and you guys can go watch this back, tomorrow morning if you forgot some things, or, whenever, it'll be up for 14 days. You can skim through it, find out, part where I'm talking about it, and go from there. So everything will be up for 14 days. Hopefully, if this goes well, we can get a lot more people, get a partnership, and then I think once that happens, the videos stay for 30 days or possibly forever. I know 30 days at least, I think, once you get partnered, but that's being optimistic. I don't know if we'll ever get that. Would be cool. But please, if you do enjoy, make sure to follow. Start going live at least once a week. Maybe bump it up to 2 or 3 times if we have a lot more interest in it. And keep streaming, going over things, implementing new strategies, checking in on you guys, showing me new developments in my strategy and how I've implemented with changing market flows, etc., etc. Can definitely start going live, around this time, maybe once or twice a week. I think I'm gonna do that. I know a lot of people in the Discord enjoyed when I did go live. Had 50 plus people joining in for that. That's why I made the Twitch, so everybody could watch. I wasn't sure how many we'd get, but more people can watch than just 50 in here. So hopefully we can get more than that. That'd be great. But I think we got like 25 tonight at max. But it is what it is. It's the first stream. Couldn't tag everyone to hop in. Any last minute questions, guys, before I hop off here and I go to bed? I'm still at the office. I haven't left. I need food. Do I have stock Twitter? No, I do not. I don't have any social medias besides Discord. I guess I should probably go make a Twitter, shouldn't I? Yeah, of course. Like I said, it's up for 14 days. Well, you can always come back and watch it. It's only an hour long, so if you get an hour, you can skim through it as well. If you do have any other questions that you guys think of later on, ping me in Discord. My Discord is in the bio here. Discord's in the bio. RPS #1673 over in the Spud Zone server. You can tag me, and I'll do my best to respond. Do you get famous off stock Twitter if you make good calls, although not many futures traders on there? Honestly, I don't have some desire to become some famous person. I'm just humble about what I do. It's not anything super special to me. I like helping people, like teaching them so they all can become financially free. That's my main goal. But if I become famous in the process, that's awesome. I'm more of an introvert, so that'd suck, but I guess I can't complain, right? Alright, if we don't have any last minute questions, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Please, again, if you did enjoy, please drop a follow. We're gonna start going live at least once a week. Maybe bump it up more if people show more interest. If not, have a good night. Stay safe, everyone. Go get some food. Be ready for market open tomorrow. Enjoy your night, guys. Bye.